It's been so hot here this week that I haven't really had much chance to do any gardening other than pull up the odd weed here and there. I mean, 27, 28, 29 degrees. That's outrageous. And of course, with fasting as well, I dehydrate very quickly, so I've been spending a lot of time indoors looking at the garden. It's still very muggy, but at least the sun's inside. So there's two things I'm going to show you today. One is my garlic, which I think I'm going to pull up. And secondly, I'm going to show you how to make blueberry jam. Did I just say blueberry? I did of course mean blackberry, obviously. But first, look at these apples. I mean, it's still July. I would say another month and these are going to be ready. The same with some of these cooking apples. The world's gone a bit mad, Ted, this year. I mean, normally I don't pick my apples until the end of September, but it looks like I'm going to be picking some in August. I wonder when I'll be picking my first butternut squash. Looks like my garlic's decided it's had enough. So I think I'll dig it up. I'll get a bigger fork, shall I? Boo boo. Dee 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 dee. Do 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 do. That's not too bad. Garlic shaped. Oh, that's a biggie. You do need to get your fork well under the garlic to avoid damaging it. As you pull it up, because the last thing you want to do really is stab a hole in the middle of it. Some of these are really nice, some of them are a bit small. I'll show you in a minute, but others are really nice. There we are, all done. So I've got quite a range of sizes here. Quite impressive ones like this, those are nice, to less impressive ones like this. Bit weedy really, but on the whole, considering this is the first time I've grown garlic, I'm quite pleased. So I just need to pick these up and put them in a nice, warm, dry, airy place for them to cure. Take a couple of months probably, so they're going to go into my garage. Later in the year I'll return to the garlic and probably plat them or show you how to store them anyway. Right, blueberry jam. So to start with, I'll put 1 kilogram of blackberries in a large pan and turn on a gentle heat. I'll soon start to hear a little hissing sound as the berries start to break down and give up their juice. Then you can get a masher in there and help release the juice from the berries too. Don't press them too hard, you don't want to completely pulverise the berries. As you get a bit more liquid appearing, you can turn the heat up slightly. Give it a good stir. Now I'll just let the fruit cook gently for a couple of minutes. After a couple of minutes, add in the juice of a lemon and 750 grams of sugar. I don't like this jam too sweet because the blackberries are already sweet to start with. And mix it together. I'm now going to boil this until the temperature on my sugar thermometer reaches 105 degrees. As the jam thickens, it's really important to keep stirring it so that you don't burn the jam on the bottom of the pan. Well, I'm at 105 degrees, so I'll turn off the heat. Now some of you will be saying, but I don't have a candy thermometer. No problem. You take a cold plate, you take a teaspoon of the jam, you pop it onto the plate, and you wait a couple of minutes. If after a couple of minutes the jam clearly isn't going anywhere, then it's done. Now I can spoon this jam, which is still nice and chunky, into hot, sterile jars. Leave a little gap at the top and then wipe around the thread with a damp piece of kitchen towel. Then pop on a hot, sterile lid and screw tightly. Wunderbar. So I've now got 2 pots of rather delicious blackberry jam. That's all I've got time for this week, really. I'm really getting quite lathered. Last day of fasting is on Sunday, so hopefully you'll be able to join me next week when I'll have a cup of tea in my hand. Hurrah! Thanks for watching, and do join me next time in Titli's busy garden.